What's going on, Giants fans? Welcome back to Blue and Bold, and the inevitable just happened way earlier than expected. Jaxson Dart is officially named the starter for the New York Giants, which places Russell Wilson as QB2. And obviously, many fans, including myself, we wanted to see Dart. We wanted to see Dart as soon as possible because, Russell Wilson wasn't going to cut it. I mean, week one, it was an embarrassment of a show. Week two, I put on a great performance, but threw the game away in overtime. And then week three, he wasn't even a quarterback anymore. We could have played better than Russell Wilson in week three versus the Chiefs. But yeah, we all knew this was gonna happen at some point during the season, and obviously Brian Daboll knew that. Joe Shane, the whole New York Giants organization knew that he was gonna have to start some point this season to have some sort of evaluation so they don't get fired, or at least to save their jobs at least. And it starts now. I mean, this is officially the Jaxson Dart era starting at week 4. His first opponent is going to be the Los Angeles Chargers, who look like a Super Bowl contender. So not the ideal start you want to have. I would have started him personally versus the New Orleans Saints. Get him some confidence. Looking for an easy win. But even with us, nothing's an easy win. But still, I would have started him versus the New Orleans Saints, and then you just build him on from there. But obviously, Brian Daboll he's listening to the fans now. He is officially starting Jaxson Dart from this point on. And once you do start him, you can't go back to Russell Wilson. There's no possible way you do that. And probably Russell Wilson's gonna probably ask for I don't know if he's gonna ask to be released, ask for a trade, but he does not want to sit behind a rookie quarterback, to say the least. So his next 5 opponents are gonna be obviously this coming week the Los Angeles Chargers. You have the New Orleans Saints next. You verse the Eagles twice, and then you have the Denver Broncos. So yeah, four of those opponents are going to be a tough challenge for whoever is going to be at quarterback. But then you have the New Orleans Saints. Hopefully he builds some confidence with that game. But this is literally just an evaluation year, I guess, for Russell Wilson was meant here. The reason he signed here in the first place was to be competitive and might actually win games, but obviously that didn't turn out to be the case. So they made a quick change going to Jaxson Dart, and yeah, it's officially here. The era officially started with him. And also, we have more breaking news. Giants signed kicker Younghoe to the practice squad. Obviously, we know Graham Gano had got injured on Sunday during pregame warmups, and obviously, I call for him to be cut. Honestly, I mean, he's a really good kicker when healthy, but at this point, he just can't stay on the field no matter what he's doing. He could go for an afternoon jog and he'll get injured somehow. So I don't know when. I think you'll save a few $1 million by cutting him too. So I say just cut him. Have Younghoe for the rest of the season. If he doesn't do well, find another kicker. Find 2 kickers. Have one in the practice squad so you can elevate them. A kicker has to be a top priority for next season. I mean, because obviously when Jamie Gillen came in versus the Chiefs, he had a blocked field goal. And also, you had a horrible holder in Gunnar Olszewski. I don't think he's ever done that before. So, yeah, obviously, Younghoe, he's an established veteran. I believe he's a little over 30 years old. And at some point a few years ago, he was labeled as the best kicker in the league. Or at least in my opinion. I had him in fantasy a couple years ago, and he was just hitting 50 bombs like crazy. So, obviously, this is an exciting Tuesday for all Giants fans. Obviously, Jaxson Dart has been named the starting QB. And Younghoe is officially a Giant. So let's just see how the season goes on from here. Obviously, we know the season's over. Obviously, it's not even October yet. I still can't wrap my mind around that. But if they can win a few games, maybe 4 or 5, I believe that will be enough to save Brian Daboll and Joe Shane's job for next year at least. And yeah, Jaxson Dart's finally starting. Obviously, he had a few good preseason games, but obviously, as we know, preseason doesn't mean squat. So we'll see what happens. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. It would all be really appreciated. And let's go into the Jaxson Dart era with positive thoughts. And hopefully he shows us some positives. Let's go Big Blue.